empim edun krono ne akiri no ene ombetimi atwo so na ma bibia so etimi akoso mampani his excellency na Akufo-Addo so ama enkwada nyina tiri kwaso ne omokotwere so hoyi omonkono mfa nkunimdie enso emra efie Nida Daira John Dramani Mama so de atudwa sa dwumadi a Chief Justice AD no mampani adwuma se omo enipani fa kwa temuo akuodwuma no so no wo se ba menehwe no tutu na mo enso eyi asante ne otumfo se toto sumienu watu na hemfo ne asase odi ahyo monsa no a ene omadane de ma langard fo no ohene bi obon so ho bon langard dwumadi mu asante mantem ne na asase so de ohun a obetu enso e de free adwa no so eso na na ohene to de atudwa se mra e de kotia cement bo se ebekosoro no ekwan aban we fa so nya sa kwan no so fa so ye kwan pa ho no so aban timi fe na otimi etusa na mo che ade efe
afi nchirmu eni o mapenda da John Dramani Mama nra no sentrofo hia e won krakropon mu na odensamudo bi atudwa fa enhye ya nyame ya adom na obeye Ghana mampani ode bebo bra amomben so atimi edi eyiye oto asotwire mu se ade baako a Ghana edi enya yedwurimdie ne proye na wo ato aba ma ombedi men so a omabre so no ya ne entahunu boni bia wo man no mu nemum aban ne koda foforo ba na ba
93.7
abandada no mpanifo edi iska na onde obetimi yaka edi asinebo sena breso no hye ya oyeye no oboaye pa de to dwurimdie ne proye ase emu bi ene se ono na breso no gida adwumu dwurimdie ne proye bi e course wo mu no na enye asemketo akra nanso wachidi yese na breso no utu ho anamo e ma oyenhye pa wode bo aye se be ye obebre saade no ase eno etimi eso aba eno so ndi so obi ka se NDC abena na breso no man kwenti adwurimdie ne proye a na enye no koredi wo hyebo se daachi bi obeye Ghana mampani a enkoba se abandada no mpanifo eno butu ne asi won so wo a wona ba mu bia no won so wabraba wo bod bibia wo ye bia no obehwe se amfa kwan no so a obema
desperate. And if we don't take drastic action and we think that is going to be business as usual, we will ask what will happen in this country. And so it's not my demand, it's not a threat. As Namdi said, it is a promise that will hold public officers accountable. And it's not going to be only post-regime accountability. It's easy to prosecute your political opponents when they've left office. But the difficult decision of dealing with your own people go wrong. It is what makes you pass the test of the fight against corruption. And we're going to hold our people accountable.
Eno echi no mampani da John Dramani Mama sa to aso eka bibi e de fa nansen asemo abeto emframemu fa Chief Justice Ometi Mwafo Penimpa krata bi a abeto dwa se ode akoma mampani na Akufo-Addo se atemuafo nipa enum bi ho a osu se wo se ye kron wo mo efri Court of Appeal edom koka Supreme Court atemuafo ho eno na mampani da mahama echire mu se Ghana memo no yentimi ntra ho se da bia party muafo bebre a ye de omo akọ Supreme Court ho na abeyoku a mampenda da mills wanya ne be kora breso pa wo mo se wo mo tete Ghana fa adwinsaye fa kwane a ye amemu mra constitution besesemu no omo susu se kebetumi a Ghana memo Supreme Court atimuafo ni se omo boro edunum na enso sesi a no omo ye dunsia itekoba se nipa numu a Chief Justice Timothy Penimpa de akoma mampani de koka ho a na akoye edipa yunu baako eno nti ono na breso de oba abasa akofa sanhye no aba na watoma Ghana fo se Supreme Court Timothy no yenye ne dunum yenye na duonu ana yente so na eno na de amanfo beka no obehwe na ode aye adwuma.
President is to appoint fair-minded people. Human beings, as we are, would have our own inclinations towards one party or towards one religion or towards one culture or other. There are many things that make us who we are. But the obligation when you become a judge is to look at the cold, hard facts and rule based on them. Some of the pushback that we are seeing currently is the penchant by this president to pack the courts. And only recently, you've seen what happened. And I can't understand why the Chief Justice will be the one recommending quick judges to appoint. The Constitution is clear. That is the President who appoints judges in consultation with the advice of the Judicial Council. And so the initiative to appoint judges must come from the President and submitted to the Judicial Council. It brings it back with advice to the President, and the President forwards it to Parliament. That is the procedure. It's very rare that this comes from the Chief Justice to the President. And even the issue of capping the number of judges, the Constitutional Review Committee recommended that at 15. And so the issue of capping the Supreme Court is not for the Chief Justice to say. We will resurrect the Constitutional Review process to the President and to exercise responsibility and make sure that when you are appointing people onto the judiciary, which has security of tenure until they reach 65 or 70 or whatever age, you cannot
93.7
reason. And so in appointing people to such powerful positions where they are the arbiter of whatever happens, we must make sure that we use a criteria of fair-minded people who can put their prejudices aside and be able to judge fairly. Because
we Ayuba John Dramani Mahama.
Yedi ani chemo enso ewo eye BC fonso enimu na nyame ya dumo a ena BC nso na ehya Ghana fana nyina ya nipa na senkwada bebro empem ahanum ene edusia enkono ene eduokuno enum 569,095 ne omba chron so heno a omofri school baako be sempem dunkono ahanum ene ensia mu 19,506 schools no mofri mu ede eba na enam so ema West Africa Examination Council ayek form de sounds we ede sha so de ma school fo nkwada no omo de abeto dwa se wo mu se Ghana aban de omoka iyanka bia besi omokwan de nenso omo tutie no bibia ya krado nyame ya domo a enne de kosini de fiada so de adesuafo mo Ghana ha nyina BC nso no mo braso no obia benya kwan no atwere bi na ono so ede nkunimde ede abafie panipa yo na nkita ode onsem hye nsa wayek for ewura eye John Kapi ede adi nkomo no dia sentrofo ni mu se nyame ya adom afia bato ni mu no hye bebre no de agu akwan so enkwada ni bi won mo be tro so no obi pese oboa no apo ne ade obi timi de sika hye eye ne yansa chitim sa ne mane nyina nya de afia mo so ntia wofo muntu mu nkwada ne fo na no poyo mu pia frifie no makotro so se da be mo betimi de omo ankasa tirim no omo adwen na akotro so no na omo de nkunimdi ya mo pe no so ede abafie bra yewura John Kapi eni sentrofo di nkomo no sei na odi tudwa.
Yeah, so far we are very well prepared. We started dispatching our personnel and materials yesterday, the 4th of July. We continued this morning. Some others will also be departing tomorrow, tomorrow Saturday. So I would say that we are on course, and come Monday, the exams will take off in earnest. This year we have 569,095 candidates who have registered to write, that is the school exam, and we have 1,366 candidates who have registered to write the BC for private candidates. So this morning I indicated in the news, the press briefing, that we receive 55.8 million, and that is enough for us to be able to conduct the examination. I also indicated that there are plans for the government to release further funds in order that right after examinations we're able to pay our vigilator supervisors and also be able to process and release the results. With the commitment that has been shown, obviously, yes, I believe that government will keep to their word and release the funds when we actually need them. Previously, we had situations of this nature, but then it had to do mainly with candidates who sat for the WAS for private candidates. These were adult in the regular school system and so on. But for it to trickle down to the level, the BEC level, that's a very worrying development, and that is why we are putting it out there.
Yewura John Kapi ono ena nkita odi onsem hye ne sama wayek ne ete ne kan.
Na so yekro yera ena mampani na Danko Akufo-Addo so waton kra dia ma enkwada ye wo Ghana memu a omo nso kotro bi so bi ehira omo kosekose so unyankrompon ye wo mo kai na de bia wo mo sua no sabre ya mo kro no omo nso betimi atworo omampani ede eto edwase enkodai ya omo wieje chesafi no omo nkai enhye no so se ade biara ye no so ebre so a emrama ho kwan no obeyi omo afrimu na de omo sua no eno nko a na omo akotro osaka omo bi so wonyere wo ho sebe ya so ye omo ye no omo de nkunimdie beba fi se nyame boa na se so beba no na se womo apase a womo ko free SHS senior high school no aban na efe ni nyina ho ka na waboa womo sebe ya womo so da che obetima wi ato so na akosua pom ntu hira womo kose se na otwi mu no bia womo eye bia no onyankrompon eni womo enimu kai
Yedi ani chiremo ewo ya Asante Mantem na kotoko hene otumfo se totosumiye no Asante hene ede kokobo kesi asronko pa ene de ama na hemfo ahodo ode asase ahye wonsa ewo Asante Mantem so mo hweye na nsem bia wotete de fa langas so nsensem ho Asante Mantem ya doso na sumu na ompese se ne langas so konkram puimpa ntem ni Mantem ahodo a langas fo eho age ntre han ya omodie awurukasam ni ma ahodo ho no ompese saade ni besi wona asase so eno nti o na hemfo ahodo omo kumase ne Asante Mantem no watu omfo abo omokokosa ohini bia na obetie se woni langas fo ne di djuma se odi ahyase ahye langas fo nsa omo na hwe asase mo wonim de wuye ntu ton asase ba ko ni pamisa na omo kona langas fo nso namu bia wo sa ohini obehwe na watu ade so Asante hene de nsemi tudwa bra na hemfo bohia mu na ono mu di nkomo ede fan samo na afia na mo betimi atuo ema ya Asante ene Asante asase no ene Asante hia timi akonkan no de nsemwe atudwa
me say land guard mama say soja mpanyin for na enwe wana aka che mo mpempi sa asase nwane tuni na mi hunu say ohene we ana ohene we ye dika me de ba bia ma wantimi anhwe so nti land guard for na emere ejudi makonya beto no akọ ye chosu bio galamse no eda koso eduro bia ubenya report na himfo no abika ho ne ye ana no so medimani betuna minya bia report e chese besina na biso se wono ni mu bia se won fata so obede hine na wo so ko
Asante hene otumfo se totoso mienu
yefri on fe ne enko instrument ho semo nansen ebeto odwa se osofo hwe adwade ni firi ma so yeso runyamfo ketiamon e de mra bia komrasha badwom a se omogitu a ana se dinafu adunu baako ana edi mu awie ya mmekuo ye omye instrument e wo Ghana ha no omo akra ba nyina wontumi nto cement buo mu obra empanifuo ni mo hwe womo ye instrument yi ene ekuketwa ndc mrasha badwafo akasetia se ekoba ne saa ebema womo me instrument aye kakra bi dade no bekwa atwe ho ye den so a ebema womo mu bi ne de asie nom de amamfo etwamene eboso na ohene nto ya ono so otu owura lanchematen efo ewo amanyosemu de atodwa se saa mra no a bai de akomra hyebedwemu no on de ogidi yesi enhia nemum sa bai betimi ato ne mayie ma dollar no bro a ekosoro no eno atimi agina ka hunku hia kra sa ba beka so obaye mra na wa kire se de environment nye ewo omen emu.
I think the government has basically given us a knee-jerk reaction. It is a knee-jerk reaction to the reality of the economic situation we are facing right now. Kicking into effect of cement price control. Now, if you are able to solve the cement pricing issue, and now the next thing is iron rods, or the next thing is roofing sheets, and the next thing is food items, what are you going to do? So it tells you that there is just something fundamental. And we've been talking about an economy that should not be driven by legislation necessarily, but more by production and economic activity and the management of the fundamentals of the economy. That's the point. That for me is the real issue. We may debate this, we may agree on what is the real rate of debt to GDP. We may agree on what is the real ratio of public expenditure to GDP. We may debate and people would have even different figures. But I can tell you, once your agriculture sector is producing and industry is manufacturing and you are exporting, Who would care about cement prices? Because the environment will be such that the very CD dollar business, even if you have to import clinker, and really, there's a lot of research in Ghana over the years that will show that we could easily find a replacement for clinker, for example.
Nana Ohene too, ena otening kei. Kasi